Welcome to Breaking the Vow on Strong Island Radio. This is a show where we turn pain into power and find recovery after divorce, separation, and breakups. This is where we push the emotional hang-ups to the side and create a plan to reach our best possible potential. This is where the next chapter starts and how the healing begins. So let's welcome your hosts, Theresa D. and Benny, the life coach.
And we're back with another episode of Breaking the Vow. And here today is Fran.
Hey,
love
y'all.
Fran.
How you doing?
Fran. So
Going on?
fess up when you mess up
Fran.
with Fran.
Yes.
I got a new one. I just
You
heard
do?
it.
Oh,
It's still
okay.
All right.
The squeeze is worth the juice.
Nice. That's
The
a good one.
squeeze is worth the juice.
Yes.
I love that one. I remember that
Mhm.
from a movie, actually. That's a great one. It was
like that
something
one.
similar to something I heard in a movie.
Yeah.
So, Fran, we miss you, and we're glad you're back.
Yes.
Same here.
How is it now? You know, with the mask restrictions kind of letting up a little bit. Being that you are a professor,
Mhm.
that's going to definitely help kids in school. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good about it. I'm vaccinated. Can't wait to get back in the classroom and have that human contact with the students, So I'm
Yeah.
excited.
I think human face-to-face human contact.
hmm
I'm hoping that people see how important that is, especially from a therapeutic standpoint.
Yes.
I've done telehealth, and my insurance is Blue Cross Blue Shield, and they have telehealth, telemed. You can actually call to get a therapist. I have clients that are struggling to get therapists because they're saying everyone's so busy, and there's got to be something to be said about that, right? If everyone's so busy, obviously there's a reason. What do you think about that, Fran?
Absolutely. I mean, the rates of anxiety, stress, depression
yeah.
have totally gone up. And people are feeling isolated, and that human contact makes a big difference. But I mean, telehealth and telemed actually does bring about more availability, so that it is good. I prefer the face-to-face, but I have done telehealth as a professional, but personally, I do a face-to-face with my therapist.
I think, listen, Zoom was around before COVID, but once COVID hit, Zoom was the option.
Right.
Sure.
Webinars, all of this. We became so virtual, and you have to learn how to do things. When you talk about school, you have to learn how to study, how to go to class, how to interact with people. And then when you have that removed, that lesson, now you become accustomed to this new habit of being home. Your habits change, your studying habits change, your eating habits change. All of these things switch. Now, with regards to divorce, you've already just gone through this huge emotional, traumatic change. And now we're starting to go back to, I guess, quote unquote, normal. What are you seeing in the classrooms now, or about to see in the classrooms? What stressors and anxieties are really at the forefront?
I've gotten a lot of emails from students already who want to come into the class, but are not ready to come back into the classroom, actually. The differences of being able to roll over in your bed and turn on Zoom versus you actually have to go out and commute. And, so those are some of the stressors. And you get people who are just generally anxious, and the anxiety has definitely, globally, I think we have all become a little bit more anxious. Like, this is the one thing that's affected everyone in some way.
100%.
So
yeah.
I think we're going to see a lot more of that. If you have people who are anxious to be around each other just to begin with, it's definitely going to cause some major stressors when we go back.
Yes.
And we have to be mindful of that.
It's not just in the school either. It's at the workplace.
Yeah,
It's at
everywhere.
work. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
everywhere.
So I have, I have someone in my life who their son, they disagree with the vaccination,
Mhm.
and their son has tests with the antibodies at such a high level. And this school is making it mandatory that all students are vaccinated. Then I asked, I said, well, what about the teachers? And the person explained to me that due to unions, they cannot mandate that the
Mhm.
professors, or the teachers, I should say, um, be vaccinated. Where do
Mhm.
you stand with that?
Well, the CDC just came out with new guidelines yesterday. I don't know if you heard of that. They said that as far as schools, that unvaccinated people, whether it's students or staff or teachers, should be wearing masks. If you're vaccinated, you don't necessarily have to. So they are saying that, the importance of the social motive and also the academic learning on on the behalf of the students. Um, I think we're going to see a lot of uh, questions coming up with that, and maybe legally. I know in Houston, there was a hospital that mandated the vaccines, a little different from education. Um, Staff protested, and the courts went with the hospital, and people were suspended. Now,
Ugh.
education, especially K to 12, you can't deny a child an education.
Right.
Right.
So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out,
Yeah. I mean, I
Uh,
have a teacher who is looking to do a pod for children who are not vaccinated.
mhm.
And there's both sides of the fence. When you take, somebody that thinks that the vaccine causes autism or,
Mhm.
all these different issues, I think that person has the right to not get their child vaccinated. I also believe that if you want to be vaccinated, you should be vaccinated. I mean, both
Mhm.
sides of the fence.
What I understand is everyone has this thing called rights.
Right.
What I don't understand is why people believe they have the right to impose their opinion or their will
Yeah.
as
Mhm.
fact.
Mhm.
Right.
Because the
Mhm.
truth is, the vaccine hasn't been out long enough
Right.
to know enough. And
Mhm.
even COVID, even COVID-19, the virus is not new. It's just new to us.
Mhm.
And we are trying to deal with this as best as we can.
Right.
And the whole idea, and something I say commonly, and I know Theresa says it too, it's time to put the virus behind us. But how do we do that when all we do is have people arguing
Yeah.
as if? So again, how many times have you heard me say religion is taking the place of
Yeah.
politics has become the new religion?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
it's
Mhm.
either you pray my way or you're wrong. Either you voted my way or you're just wrong.
Right.
And opinion isn't fact; it's opinion.
Right.
And we have so many facts that, well, they have so many counterfacts. There's an argument, and then
Yeah.
there's a counter argument.
Yeah.
So when they talk about
There's way
statistics,
too many arguments.
well,
It's
we're not getting along.
exhausting.
Yeah, it is exhausting. We're not getting
It's
along.
exhausting.
We're not getting along. Everyone has their opinion, but everyone has a right to their opinion. I don't
Yeah.
understand why my opinion, if it doesn't fit with someone else's, all of a sudden we have to be enemies.
Yeah.
Well, we've been divisive now for at least, extremely divisive for the
Right.
past 4 or 5 years. So everything has become politicized. Whatever the issue is politics. And it is, if you don't agree with me, then you're against me. And it's just like black and white. It's,
Yeah.
like you said, Ben, we got to, agree to disagree.
Yeah.
And we need to follow science and the evidence. When I teach this thing between science and pseudoscience. Pseudoscience is stuff that anybody could say their experience, but there's nothing to back it up evidence-wise, and that's how
Right.
you distinguish whether something is relevant or not. So we have to follow the data, in my view, and not
I get it.
people's
I get
opinion.
it.
Mm-hmm.
And
And you know, those facts, those evidence can mean different things to different people.
Right. Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
well, that's the whole thing. Like, so we are statistic driven as a society. Well, statistically, it says this. My question is, who'd you ask?
Right.
Where'd you get your statistics? What did you
Right.
use?
Right, exactly.
What you know? Who did you know?
How did you come to this conclusion?
How did you come to right? You know, so I remember one time hearing this thing about a college and about like sexually transmitted diseases and how rampant it was in this college, and then I was like, well, who'd you ask?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Did you ask the entire college? Because there are people that are abstinent. Did you talk to them?
Right.
Because if you did, you would find out that your statistics might not be so accurate.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of interesting. And here we go. You know, we're moving into this next phase of life, and next phase of reality,
And a new normal.
and a new normal. If there is,
Yeah, exactly.
I don't know if I was ever normal.
Ha! Me neither.
Not quite sure if I was. I don't know if normal's fun, to be honest
Yeah.
with you. But you know, we did have a routine, so we're gonna go to a break real quick. But then we'll come back and figure out what direction we are taking next. So let's pay a few bills, and we'll see you in 2 minutes.
Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out,
Okay.
and I realized that last year when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Rap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions. He
It
actually
holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant. It's the
advanced
best.
protection wrap
Yes.
is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
Yes.
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry, so we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, you know, when divorce hits, you know, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome. We are back. Now, with all this going on and all this craziness going on, and you have these kids dealing with everyone being pulled back and forth with different opinions. I don't know how they're going to get through school when they kind of have to be slaves. I've seen kids who come from, we'll call them right-wing families, right? So like someone's child wore a a MAGA hat to school,
Mm-hmm.
and that child was shamed and like even shamed by teachers.
Yeah.
And
Yes, that's wrong.
to me, I'm thinking to myself, wait a second. In school, when my generation, we did not have the forward thinking that we have now. I will say that the attention to special needs was not at the level it is now,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm glad to
True.
see that. But yet, even if we've updated our thinking to this point, how beneficial is it to have a teacher shame a student because of political affiliation or their family's political affiliation? Because
Mm-hmm.
most kids really don't know
Yeah.
that much about politics. They know what they're taught.
Right.
And it's
Right.
not to say it's right or
Exactly.
wrong, they just know what they're taught.
Right.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen your classes and I've been part of them. What I
Mm-hmm.
love to see is how diverse your
Mm-hmm.
classrooms are, how you promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, which means you don't shame anyone.
No, I get that. But do you promote politics at all in the classroom, Fran?
Never.
Never, right?
No, I don't.
Right.
People will bring up stuff, and when I do assignments and stuff, I said, politics aside, let's deal with the psychological. But
Okay.
sometimes people will bring it up, but we agree to disagree. I try to create a comfortable,
Right.
space for people.
Right.
So, and yeah.
I think
Yeah, but I mean, you can't shame. I mean,
No, you
shaming
can't.
whether. Yeah, you can't.
well, as a professor and as a teacher, and I've been blessed to see how you teach.
Right.
You gotta see how Fran's their students love you,
Yeah.
and I can say that.
Well, we love her too.
Well, of course we do. I would if I'm ever gonna take a class, I would want Fran to be my teacher.
Mm-hmm.
No,
by
I would
the way,
want
the
you
tr-
to be my teacher, Ben.
I think we teach each other. I think that's the great thing.
Yes, I agree.
But I've never seen you try to indoctrinate anyone into your opinion or
Right.
anything like that. You
Right.
teach the course material,
Mm-hmm.
and that's really what's happening. Because, so for example, we had a class that you had in Jersey City that I was a part of,
Mm-hmm.
and we set up these. That I love that but we set up the tables like in a round circle because I walk around. Because I don't want to sit still because I feel like that keeps people paying attention. Now, we allowed everyone up to partake in an exercise. And I saw literally every different culture, white, black, Spanish, Muslim, Catholic, Jewish. Everything was there. And it was so great that everyone was comfortable to be who they are. So we taught things like we had a class encouraging motivational interviewing.
Nice.
So-
I love that.
It's just asking questions. That is the best therapeutic tool going. You just
Yes.
ask a question.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it was so interesting to see how some were comfortable asking questions,
Yeah.
but friends, some were not, right? And the reason why wouldn't someone feel comfortable asking a question? And I think there's a cultural bias because culturally, certain people they're taught to refrain.
Really?
Yeah, sure. Well, so culture competency or to be culturally competent, you have to pretty much adhere to everyone's culture.
Right.
And the one thing that you do in your class, and this is as a witness or a bystander, like you have such an amazing sense of cultural competence that no one is singled out. Everyone has a voice,
Yeah.
and the class actually benefits from that.
Yes.
No bullying, no bullying. There was literally every walk of life is in your classroom. And you encourage that.
Of course.
It would be great if more people did that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Unfortunately,
I hear stories too from some students with other experiences, and it saddens me, But I try, we try to teach critical thinking,
Yes.
not just, I mean, I hop on that from day one. And it's, comes down to very simply just not going, okay. When someone presents you with information or their opinion or something, not just going, okay, and then just take it as fact. And so to question, always question. And that's how you can critically think about something instead of just like playing telephone, passing on information that you don't know much about. And we're talking about like COVID and all of this, the same kind of thing. Just don't, you put on the channel, the news comes up and they're like, well, this and that and that. Okay.
Right.
Research it out more, for yourself.
And you encourage that though. You encourage that. So imagine if people felt comfortable using their voice, what that would do for their anxiety level, how that would empower them out of depression rather than force them back into, right? Because depression is it's a see-through, invisible barrier between you and the rest of the world. And things might be happy, you might laugh, but there's that idea in your head that you're going to go back to that sense of misery. So why bother laughing? Imagine if people were comfortable speaking.
Yeah.
And not being forced to stay in that cage or that personal cell, that enclosure that teaches you your voice is not valuable. Your opinion doesn't matter. If you don't think or feel or look the way as other people do think, feel, or look, that there's something inherently wrong with you.
Right.
And that's so great. Another thing you do that I really love is you take words that relate to stigma and you remove them from vocabulary. For example, as a speaker, I use the word crazy. And everybody in the class was like, we're not allowed to say that.
Yeah,
we don't use that word.
That's not a good word.
Yeah, everyone's like, ooh, you're in trouble.
Not very life
Thought I was going to have to wear a dunce cap. Yeah, no. Well, I think I've never met anyone that encourages life the way you do.
Yeah. And
I wish, and I get emotional because when I was in school, like I had teachers. I remember I had a teacher who told me he can't wait till I die.
What?
You know about
Get
the story.
outta
You know the
here.
story.
Oh my God.
You know the story. You're surprised. We said he looked a lot like Fred Flintstone. That's all I'm saying. I'm not using names.
Oh my God.
He did. He's dead now.
Retarded by a teacher,
wow. That guy cannot be alive because he was older than dirt when he was teaching. But he was just a miserable human being.
Wow.
Oh God.
So again, we always talk about updating our thinking and updating our culture. And the good thing that I see is we are updating our thinking and we are updating our culture. But what has to happen in order for that to move fluidly is we have to kind of ensure cultural competence.
Yeah.
So that means everyone has the right to think, look, feel, or be as they are. That doesn't necessarily mean it has to coincide with other people.
Right.
Right. But the cultural competence, the interesting thing about that is, especially when people have licenses in fields, you're supposed to get credit every so many years, and one of the areas is cultural competence. We use that word a lot, and people are like, yeah, I am culturally competent. Just because you attended a class or a workshop doesn't mean you are. It is an active living kind of thing, and really asking questions.
Right.
I mean, I'm always curious and I will ask questions. Again, it depends on how you ask it, obviously, but I'm really inquisitive and I will ask people questions who are different from me. And we have a conversation and we learn and, but a lot of people, will say that they are, but they really aren't or did not take that spot, and when you talk about culture, Ben, it's not just about race and ethnicity. We're also talking about, ages, children have their culture as, little ones, teens, young adults. So cultures in that respect, or any group that you belong to.
Right.
Is a culture. So we are parts, each of us are part of many different cultures. I'm a part of my family culture. I'm part of my community culture. I'm part of my faith-based culture. I'm a part of the school culture. I'm a part of the student culture. And all those expectation roles and everything kind of interplay. And you have to keep that in mind. But always ask questions. People love to talk about themselves.
Exactly.
And they will share it. Ben
loves to talk about himself.
I'm good at it. It is a talk show, by the way. So if I didn't talk, we wouldn't have much of a show. We got to talk about it. All right, hang on. Exactly. We got to go. We got to pay a few bills. So we're going to take a quick break. And we will be back about how much I love to talk about myself.
Yes.
All right.
Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out.
Okay.
And I realized that last year, when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Wrap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions.
It holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant.
Advanced protection wrap.
Yes.
Is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
yes,
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry, so we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalymenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben.
Yes?
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow, and you're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome. All right, and we're back. So, we were just talking on the break about like some of the storms that happened in our life, and recently we just had the storm. I'm not gonna say anything funny about the fact that all your pool furniture kind of went in your pool. I think it's a little funny.
It actually was funny because I didn't even have time to take it in.
I've been to parties when that happened. Never storms.
Yeah, no, this was a storm.
But it took me 4 hours to get over the GW.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, and you got to go all the way to the left, and there's people who think they know what they're doing, and they want to go around you.
Yeah.
So if you go to the right, it was like a pool.
Yeah.
And this guy just sat there, and he just had this defeated look on his face. But, this is what happens when you're impatient.
Right.
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm not saying I've never done things like that. I'm just saying I was there to see it, and it wasn't me this time.
That's great.
That's
That's
true.
that's just an
That's true.
honest assessment of what happened.
Exactly.
You know, the whole life
Exactly.
coachy thing, because Teresa's famously tells me that's not very life coachy. I'm a real person.
Yes, you
Exactly.
are.
Exactly.
You're realer than real.
I'm realer than real. I'm the realist real. Real.
The
For
realist real.
I'm really
like that.
something, that's for sure. So Fran, we have an upcoming semester together, correct?
Yes, we do.
Ah.
Yes, we do. I'm very excited. I'm working on the syllabus right now, actually.
Nice.
Excellent. So there was a movie you had.
A movie you were in?
No. Unfortunately, no, this one wasn't about me. Although I understand Teresa's hinting that everything's about me. I understand. I totally get it. But no, there was oh God, the actor from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, who?
Cracked up.
Yeah.
Who?
Daryl Hammond.
Daryl Hammond.
Oh, nice.
So his story is extremely interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, you want to talk about self-harm and working through anxieties and working through your past. I mean, this guy really, he did it. He did it, and it was something incredible.
Good for him.
I watched the video. For me, it was very difficult to watch his documentary because I relate to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I relate. I understand abuse. I understand, the abuse we put ourselves through. I understand the trauma. I understand not being able to get beyond that trauma, and then kind of creating a subconscious and personal bias and trained bias and thinking. So then they watched the video, and then I followed that with one of my books, and it's so cool to see. Again, it goes back to allowing students to be themselves and allowing students to learn. And it was. I still speak to one of the students from that class. You know, it's such an amazing experience. So how are you going to run this semester differently or similarly?
No, she shouldn't change a thing.
Well, right. I'm going to still do the same thing where they're going to watch that movie. They're going to read one of your books, and then you're going to come in. Yeah. It's actually funny when Ben and I started with this one after I saw this particular documentary, and I asked Ben to come into the class. I said, "You have homework," and he's like, "I got homework this time. What are you talking about?" You gotta and that was nice. And I told him he had to watch the documentary before he came in, and we had spoken about it. That it was close to home, and but everybody loves Ben when he comes in. They really do. They're so down to earth that you talk to them.
Stop it. His head is big enough, Fran.
Hey, I'll always be
He
the
can't
number one
fit through the
cheerleader for
door.
I can too. That is untrue. I've also lost weight. I can definitely fit through the door. Yeah, no, seriously, the pandemic pounds killed me.
Yeah, me too.
Oh
They
my
killed
God,
everybody.
I'm eating healthy. We have a spread in the green room before we get on, but it's not as interesting today. Well, we do have some sugar pies.
Yeah, we have
I'm not
sugar
eating
pies.
any of them.
We have sugar pies from the sugar pie shop.
Those are
They're deadly.
Oh my God! I did
know.
not touch one. I just wanted to let you know.
Nobody has opened the box yet. We're afraid.
I'm not. I can't go near it.
We're
it's a crack.
afraid.
I'm not going near that. So
if I was there, I would open it.
Yeah.
We have hummus,
Yeah.
carrots.
Wow.
Hummus, He brought all the boring stuff, but he did bring some really good pineapple.
All right.
Pineapple is good.
So one of the jokes is that I'm a little bit of a interesting person to deal with, and I like to have certain things before we go on.
Yeah.
And what have you ever had pink pineapple?
Pink pineapple?
Yeah.
Yes.
Can't say I have.
It's
It
good.
is. It's really good.
Yeah.
Really?
They didn't have pink
Where do you
pineapple.
get that? I didn't see any.
He got it
checkout
at
the other
Stu
day.
Leonard's? You got it
at Stu Leonard's.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, Stu Leonard's. You let me down.
Okay.
They let me down. No pink
Wow.
pineapple.
No pink pineapple today.
So I got some sort of honey glazed pineapple, which is it's still good.
It's good, but it's not as good.
Yeah. So then
Wow.
Hey,
God
Stu Leonard, step it up.
if I ever get famous, it would be difficult. So I did one of my first corporate presentations was for an insurance company downtown, and
Nice.
they bring me.
And what
into,
did you demand? Massages.
get the pink pineapple?
Yes,
nurses,
100%. So
White rose.
I have yes, I've You know. So I've never been asked, is there anything you need before you present? So I said, yes, I need a dressing room where I can gather my thoughts. And some of my friends were in the meeting and they were laughing because they're like, he's kidding. But this woman is taking down notes.
Yeah, she thought he was serious.
So I'm
Wow.
like, I need my own dressing room. I need grapes. They have to be seedless and purple, not green. I want a white robe and white slippers. They have to be white, and I need 2 candles.
Oh my God! Did you get it?
No, but just this woman was like writing it down, and then
Yeah.
all of a sudden I heard someone in the background go, "You know he's kidding, right?" Listen, you hear this accent? I got the Dems and the Does accent. I joke a lot, but I am not a prima donna. Like,
Yes, you are.
Differently, yes, I am. But no, I love doing presentations. I love being on. I have a blast with that. The only thing I will say is, on this particular friend, you've seen some of my more intense presentations. So one of the guys, the chief of staff of this company, comes up. He goes, "Listen, Benny, you got to understand, people don't come to work and expect to cry." So
Yeah.
I asked them, what do they want? Just like
But they asked for it, didn't they?
100%
Yes,
they did.
they asked for it.
Fran will tell you, like, I'll ask, well, tell me what you want me to say first. And then someone who was presenting pretty much stole, I wouldn't say stole all my material, but he said it first. So I remember thinking, ooh, this guy's dead. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's dead. I'm mad. And so a friend of mine was sitting next to me, and she said, as soon as you said that, I knew something was going to be interesting.
Yeah.
This is an insurance company. It's corporate America. It's one of the largest insurance companies in the world. And I stand up, and everyone's talking about why they got into wellness. And then all of a sudden, here comes me. I go, yeah. So the reason why I got into wellness, a little different than them. Like one person, I got into wellness to talk, I wanted to get into Weight Watchers, and I really wanted to live a better life and be a better me.
You do that accent so well.
Oh my God. And I was like, these people have no idea.
No.
Then the guy goes before me and he's like, you have to create your why and what are you doing this for?
Really?
And what's your purpose? So I get up yeah. So yeah.
It's a little different.
Mine's a little different. You hear people gasping. So I have friends sitting in the audience laughing because they knew.
Yeah.
Right.
I said, "Are you sure?" And then after I spoke, one of the women that was organizing it, who didn't know me at all, she goes, "Are you going to be around to answer questions after you speak?" I go, "No one's going to ask me anything." She goes, "Are you? That was the most impactful thing that I've ever heard." I go, "Look, I've done this before. I'm letting you know. One thing is going to happen. Everyone's going to run out of the room.
Yeah.
2 things are going to happen from that. Either they're going to go to the nearest bar or look for a priest. I'm letting you know right now." No, absolutely not. People ran out. She came up to me. She goes, "You weren't kidding." I'm like, "I'm not here for the food and friends. Like, I know. I've done this before."
Right,
They
sure,
wanted to talk
sure.
about overcoming adversity. Guys like, "Yeah, Benny, people don't come to work and expect to cry." Like, they didn't expect that story. So it wasn't really the best idea to go with that approach.
But it was real.
They paid me for it.
Yeah, it was real.
I did what I was told.
Exactly.
You did. And they asked for it.
Exactly.
I said several times, "Are you sure?" They handed out leaflets for
They
the
asked
HR.
for it.
They had HR pamphlets and EAP pamphlets. Call this number afterwards. Kids, I would prefer to do high school and
Yeah,
college.
because they're impressionable.
Right.
Well, they actually,
They
They'll
keep
listen.
it real too.
Yeah.
well, actually, they'll stick around to talk.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah. Exactly.
We did a Friday. A friend and I did a Friday last block, and everyone's like,
Yeah.
"Look, these kids are gonna run out and look to go home." We were in a library, remember? And I had to go
Yeah.
into a separate room, and the principal's like, "Well, I want to know what they're saying." I'm like, "I can't."
Right, you can't tell
Right,
them.
right.
Close the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, "Do you want me to say anything? What do you want to do?" They're like, "No, just keep them out." And the kids, I love working with kids. I think it's a great
Yeah.
thing. All right, we got to go to a break,
Ooh.
and we will come right back and come up with our constructive conclusion. And of course, with Fran, Fess Up with Fran, Love it.
Fess up
See
when
you
you
in a
mess
couple
up.
of minutes.
Ben, I found the greatest invention ever.
Okay.
I went to take my patio furniture out,
Okay.
and I realized that last year when I put it all away, I put them in these big zipper bags from Wrap America.
Yes.
Life-changing.
Yes. No. Rap America is awesome. Tommy definitely helped me out on a few different occasions.
It holds patio furniture, wave runners, ATVs. It's weather resistant. It's the
Advanced
best.
Protection Wrap
Yes.
is economical and a practical choice.
So call 516-830-0040, or you can go onto their website, wrap-america.com.
All right, since we have a meeting after this in West Islip,
Yes.
I got a place for us to go.
Oh, you do?
Because I'm going to be hungry. So we're going to go to Our Little Italy, 636 Union Boulevard, West Islip, New York, 11795. If you want to know, call 631-661-6246. Pickup and delivery are available. Ask for John. Go on www.ourlittleItalyMenu.com to find out what they have.
Oh, I heard they have good chicken parm. Hey, Ben,
Yes.
I need to talk about solar energy.
Okay. I want to hear about
Lighthouse
it.
Energy Partners. Go solar and start saving today.
Makes sense.
Owner, operated by women.
Ooh.
We believe in order to close the gender gap in the energy field, we need to showcase key female players and keeping them behind the scenes. Their mission is to serve clients with the highest level of integrity, stability, and respect by viewing their customers as partners. Any energy project you have in mind, call on Lighthouse Energy, www.lighthouseenergypartners.com, 631-275-0091, located in Babylon Village, New York.
So I have great news. Since we do this show on divorce, when divorce hits, maybe you want to sell the house. Maybe you need a C of O, a certificate of occupancy for certain things in the house. So if you're looking to make some home improvements, need an architect, contact Certified Drafting. Selling your home, need permits for existing structures, need a property survey, contact Certified Drafting. Certified Drafting will handle all building department matters, serving Long Island for over 20 years. www.certifieddrafting.com, office number 516-844-0420, or you can email Kevin Daly at certifieddrafting.com. Tell them you heard about this from the show, from Breaking the Vow. You're going to receive a 10% discount.
We love Kevin.
I love Kevin. I think that's pretty awesome. And we are back. And before this is our last block in this, and we always talk about the constructive conclusion. I really wanted to celebrate you being on.
Yes.
Fran, because there is, and this is the personal part. Like I've never met anyone as comforting and as loving as you, and you have this motherly approach to the world, and it's so incredibly amazing to me.
Yes, it is.
And I've seen your students look at you with such admiration and appreciation. And I want to tell you this because I was that lost kid. I was that lost kid that if I had you in my life when I was younger,
Yeah.
and if my friends had you in their life when they were younger, they wouldn't be dead.
Yeah.
And that's like just the honest truth.
You're very impactful, Fran.
You are.
You
And,
are.
we talk a lot about divorce on this show. Maybe we're moving away from that. I don't know. But we really want to move towards being healthy,
Yeah.
mental health aware.
Mm-hmm.
And it doesn't work without people like you.
No, it doesn't.
So that's why we needed to celebrate who you are, yeah, and what you bring.
Yeah.
Because I hope there's a teacher out there listening. To be honest with you, and I'm going to tell you right now, if you're teaching kids about your politics, you're not teaching anything. You're teaching about bias. You're
Yeah.
teaching about your subconscious program. You're teaching about your reflections of what you see in the mirror. Fran, you don't do that.
Mhm.
You don't do that. And I wish you could teach teachers. Is that a possibility?
One never knows, right?
Yeah,
One
yeah.
never knows. It's like training the trainer, right? You and me, Ben, we'll go in there and we'll teach them how to do it.
I still would love to get you in the jail with me.
Let's do it. I'm vaccinated now. Let's do it.
Yeah, I think. So I'm waiting. I had a jail program that ran before COVID changed. I was in there for about a little over 2 years, and I just submitted all my paperwork, and I'm hoping that this starts up soon. I actually went and got a new New York State certificate. I'm waiting for it anyway to be approved, but I think I handed in everything and I passed all my tests. So that's a New York State peer specialist, and I think I'm going for my certificate, a certified alcohol and substance abuse counselor.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but I
Good,
got to go to
good,
school
good.
for that, man.
So,
Yeah, there's a whole thing with school.
listen,
Yeah.
you got this.
No, yeah, okay.
You do.
You got to
You
train
do. You
yourself.
got this.
You got to train yourself how to study, and I have to kind of cut back on my own biases because I know the teacher that teaches it, and I'm like, yeah, I can kick his ass.
Yeah.
So
Okay, all you got to think about is you got to get that certificate.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, no, I gotta
when
be
you
nice,
want-
You got to get the
when
certificate
you want-
first.
I
when
gotta
you wanna
play
get
nice
it,
with others.
Then you can kick
I
his
want
ass.
that certificate. Yeah. Then after you get the certificate, then.
No, like when people bastardize facts and I'm like, whoa, buddy, I can't stand it. I can't stand it.
Yeah.
So these are some of the things that I'm working on, and quite honestly, the reason why this is one of the reasons, aside from very close and dear people to me whom I love so much, who encouraged to push me, Theresa, of course. You are one of the reasons why I've kept going. I say that every time you're on the show.
Yeah.
You know that, right? Fran, you do know you're the reason why I keep going.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And
Uh-oh.
Aw.
Sorry.
We love you, Fran. Wait, we have a new hashtag. What's the new hashtag?
The juice is
no one
worth the
can
squeeze.
see me, right?
No one can see you.
No one can
I
see.
love it.
No one can see the middle finger. Nobody can see the middle finger.
No one knows.
But I was a lost kid, and I never had anyone reach me. One teacher once.
Once.
It happened for about 15 minutes. And then I did a bunch of mescaline and I forgot. But it's the truth. A guy, God bless him, if you're ever out there and you ever hear this guy named Mr. Nastry, he asked me, he goes, you coming to class today? And I go, I got it. You just saw me. He goes, no. He goes, he goes, if you don't want to come to class, you don't have to. I go, you're going to write me up.
He didn't want you there?
Pretty much. So she says, listen, if you want to come to learn, I'll teach you. I'll help you as long as you want. But if you don't want to come to class, I'd rather you didn't because you disturb other people and you make noise and you play around. So I'll let you cut. I won't say anything. That was the first time that I ever thought maybe I was doing something wrong.
You think?
Yeah, I think so. I think that was probably the first time. There's another teacher, Mr. Shear, who was pretty influential. But what I don't think teachers understand is how amazing they have the right to be. And I think what happens is some teachers, they kind of think it's about them. It's just not.
Yeah.
First off, it is.
I
a job.
agree with you.
It's a job, but it's not about them. You are a mentor and just an amazing power of example.
Thank you. And then I feel the same towards you. I mean, I remember the first time, and we've talked about this several times when we met, and our eyes kind of latched, and it was just love at first sight, and knew you were a lifer, and you have impacted and inspired me, and in so many ways, words just can't express it. So you mean the world to me, and you have definitely changed my life as well.
Thank you.
You really have.
I knew you got it because, you're experienced.
Yeah,
And
you've lived
quite
it.
well. So first off, in fairness, and no one knows the school or the teacher's name, so it's not like I'm ratting on anybody. But you know, none of them were at your level. So she understood what I was doing, and everyone
Right.
else was like, "Oh my god!" But I think that was one of the things that I felt empowered and encouraged by, because you looked at me and I was like, "All right, I can keep going." So that, and one of the things I want to do is I want to make you proud.
Oh, you
Oh,
do.
that's so
You do.
sweet.
And she
You
tells me,
do.
"Look at this, I got a tear in my eye," and then she's gonna tell me I got a big head.
She does. He does have a big head. His head's huge.
Nah.
Now, see,
No.
ha ha, someone stuck up for me.
Nah.
I'm dancing in the studio, no one can see. All right, so we're about to
Wrap it up.
wrap it up, but Fran, obviously you are a dear and special loved friend to the show. Is
Yes.
there anything you want to say for the people in listening land to just for their own takeaway? What do you think? What do you want people to know, Fran? Did we lose you? Uh-oh, we might have lost Fran.
Oh, she's frozen.
Fran is frozen, so I will take the takeaway since I'm the one with the big head.
Yes.
What we want you to know is it's okay to have an opinion. It's okay to think things. It's okay to feel things. It's okay to be you. You don't have to fit in a box. You don't have to be
No.
like anyone else. You can be yourself. And other people may not agree. That doesn't mean
Who
you're
cares?
wrong. So that being said, I am Benny the Life Coach,
I am Theresa D.
and we will speak to you very soon.
Peace out.